Question 10 also is similar to the previous two questions, question 8 and question 9. Now, since this is an MCQ, you do not need to bother anything. Directly solve all the problems in your calculators. Now we will see the problems. Now, when we solve these problems, sometimes there might be an issue. Now, look over here. We have got sine inverse e to the power x. Now, what's the domain of sine inverse? It's from -1 to 1, I believe. But over here, you need to, you can't put any value, because if you put any value, you'll get an error. Okay, because it is out of the domain of sine inverse. So you must just be careful. Generally, minus values for e to the power x would work, because it will be less than 1, you should have less than 1, I believe. So that would work. But anyways, I will tell you not to worry. Just put that put the equation in the calculator as it is. Left one wouldn't have any problem. It's very straightforward. But this one over here, type it out. E to the power, instead of x, I'm going to put 1.5. And over here, square root of 1 minus e to the power, that is shift and natural logarithm, 2 into 1.5. So it's 1.5. So that's it. Everything is typed in. Now write this value. See, it's not working. So what I do is, you will get an error, because if it doesn't work over here, even over here it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work is because of the square root. So now over here it's 1 minus e to the power 2x. If I put a value bigger than 1, it's going to give me an error, because inside the square root will be our imaginary number. So what I generally do is, in such cases, you can rearrange this, say, to 0.1 and try different values. If it gives me error in the first place, especially in the square root, because I know this is sine inverse formula of it. Over here you need to use the sine inverse formula, right? So what I do is, I'll put x as minus 1.5. Most of the, yeah, see, I'm getting it. I was not sure, but anyways, in this case we get it. Most of the time you get it. If you don't get it, then just put minus 0.5, something like that, or minus 3. You will definitely get it. So now I will write this value. It is 0.2289. Now remember, since it's trigonometry, you will have 4 options. You will understand easily it is either sine inverse or tan inverse, something like that. So put radian mode. Now we will solve each of the options. See over here, shift and dy by dx. Sine inverse is given by shift sine inverse. E to the power is shift and natural logarithm symbol over here to the power x. Now you do not need to write anything as plus c, because it's a constant. What is the value of x? It's not 1.5, but I'll show you. If I put 1.5, I will have a math error. If I have math error over here, obviously I should have it over here as well. So I'll put it as x as minus 1.5, and here you go, that matches. Only one correct answer matches. You might get math error for some other values. That means just ignore them. Only the one which gives you the correct answer is the correct one. So this is the correct one. So this is how you can easily solve them up. Same thing over here, guys. It doesn't matter how big or small the question is. The method is just the same. The step 1 is putting this value given questions in the calculator as it is, with x as substituted 1.5 or something like that. Over here also, don't put 1.5, put negative 1.5 and check, or just change it, because yeah, I think so you'll get an error for 1.5. So let us solve this up over here. It'll be 2, it's not x, I'll just type, I will type 1.5, but I think so it's going to be error, power 3. And what happens over here is square root 1 minus 1.5 to the power 4. Now here, why it's an error is because over here inside the square root it became a smaller number, smaller than 1, a positive number, sorry, smaller than positive number. That means it's an imaginary number. Now if I put over here minus, it doesn't matter. Why? Because this is a positive number, right? Positive power. So even if I put x as minus, it will dissolve the negative, it will just make it positive itself. So in such cases, I can easily realize that square root 1 minus x to the power 4, even power, I need to have a value less than 1. So all I do is I'll change this to 0.5 and it will work now. So instead of 1.5, go to 0.5. I'm getting the answer, that is 0.2581. 25 write it over here somewhere, and then try all the four options. Let us try this. Shift and d by dx. Here it is negative, open the bracket, again 1 minus x to the power 4. Now write it as it is. Don't go to put 1.5 or 0.5 over here. Now when you're writing it as it is to the power half, that is the square root over here. And then it's plus c. You can ignore that plus c. Why? Because it's a constant. Here I'll just show you. If I put 1.5, it's an error. But if I put 0.5, I'll get the answer. It's matching. Now, even if I put over here minus 1.5, still it's an error. Why? Because over here it will be a negative number. So the correct answer is only what we had assumed over here to be 0.5, and that will give you the correct matching answer. You can even take 0.25. You will get a different answer though. If you have taken 0.25, so it's a different answer. If you put over here 0.25, you will have the same answer. So whichever value you assume same x value both the cases for the given question and for all the options. That's how you can easily solve this one as well. Another easy and simple topic. That's the end of question 10.